Rotation already starting to come through from Cider, the in-game leader to support his team, but they've got to fend for themselves. The fire right now on site, and they will. It is Joblife which go down. Smoke with a trap to help him out could be huge. There's 2 Euros that are bought behind him, but only 1 he needs to kill.
Yeah, there's now a double up in the back side, and Joblife are having real problems trying to take it. Izzy's here to support, and look at this. We're down to a 2v2. Unfake, if you sneeze, he could probably go. That salvo, there's only 1 burst would have been enough from it. Doesn't go off in time. A stalemate. Still though, Jesse's able to catch one. This puts it into the realms of
the dimensional drift online.
Still got another entry kill. Where's that come from?
Just spamming main from Flowers.
He's crazy, man. And just look at this. You try and get towards backside. It feels as if Joblife have absolutely no chance at all. Every time they try and get engagement, it just goes the opposite way. That being said, I'm just about to say, like, this has allowed Eternal Fire to just straight away go and repos towards A as he brings the dimensional drift out, and this should be easy to be read.
Oh, then cutting across the site itself from Izzy, returning to support the rest of his team in the dugout. Inside the nebula he ends up going. Only 10 seconds or so once that spike plant is considered, and it still hasn't been. Finally unfake onto it, but he's the lowest of the lot, and he'll get dropped. Kushina's there, so is Cider. X mark.
Players taking their time, and it's the old cosmic divide and utility that seems to be spot on. Combined with the fact that there's going to be a steel garden here, no guns are going to be available.
Retake halted, but just for a moment. Jesse 5 points of health. That's since almost the start of the round. Something which Eternal Fire will be very aware of. But coming into the retake, they have barely any tools to work with.
When does a retake finally come through? Because time is ticking away. Astra utility traded on either side, and I think right now Joblife have put themselves into a right winning position. Right now it's just about, with the loss of Cider, those salvos will be gone, which have been a right issue right now for Joblife. And do you know who else has been an issue? Izzy.
Anima's right behind this. The players on the Eternal Fire side queuing up. Crossfire taken. Anima down, but he's just a bait which finds the second.
Because of the homework that they've been doing at home. It's another thing entirely. But as they try and move into the site, Joblife feel the pain. Still gets one, but can't quite get out. The drone at least stops that. Fantastic. Trading out, it's euro for euro. And you know what? The bigger loss is probably on Joblife's side, because that's the dimensional drift offline.
Big loss for them. Rotation called. All of this is just unfake trying to sell what the second part of his name would suggest.
Still has the Cypher setup hasn't been touched towards the A side either.
This feign turns into a full execute. Brave, the closest player to it. Unfake all by himself. He'll go down, and the Nightfall supports it. Reinforces the site hold. Brave bouncing up and bounding forwards for Eternal Fire again. Kushina's steady on the site. He'll drop eventually, but the spike plant needs to come in, and there's barely a second left to spare for it. It's out in the open for Jesse. No chance in hell. Joblife losing yet another wacky pokes and flat on their face so far in the EMEA front. Left to mandatory for now as we go to the B site execute. It ends just the way that you'd expect. The rifles early on in the season is not a bad place to be as they look to build towards Ascension, with Akuma getting the opening pick.
Well, if there was anything that was a saving grace, statistically.
Maybe. Let's see. Eternal Fire applying their trade towards A. The rotation is here from Joblife. A little late perhaps.
Oh,
it's right on time.
Yeah, spot on, 100%. And Starzno's even got one of their own. The spike cut goes in, but still Eternal Fire.
In general here, as it's another force fight in. Flash to take the fight. Here's Starzo, and here's Joblife. Finally they come to life. It's against Izzy. Clutch situation that he's got to try and win, but Jesse's not exactly close. with the spike in his back, he's actually got a chance to escape here.
No, surely not.
Is this how he wins it?
Enemy remaining.
Is this really how he... Always going to be the case. Oh, is he? A sheriff is all he needs. Put a gun in his hands and you'll get the result. Your ult comes in before the Hunter's Fury can land, so those tags are being fired into the wrong realm, for goodness sake. Cosmic Divide is up. Kushner quite leaves something to be desired, but the pistols are winning so many duels. Cairo, this is the round where it all ends, I think.
Yeah, it looks like somehow Akuma is just trying to sneak his way out of heaven. Unfit gets one back, but at the end of the day, it's a 2v1. Brave is low, as he is not.
To stop Eternal Fire from making it to playoffs here and now, but Izzy will have his way. They progress to the top 4.
Oh, just going up against 2, at least he's able to get 1. And the best thing about it is not the duelist, it's actually the initiator. Starzo gets the perfect timing on the cam as well, the drone. And with that at the same time, you're looking at the back lines. Look at this, Unfake is also just following up behind, hot on the heels of Eternal Fire.
Yeah, you're seeing Joblife don't really know what to do. They're stuck behind this CT smoke. They wanted to hold, high-low setup towards the site cross. They gave up tower control. The B retake is going to be so difficult here, or at least it would have. In saying that, Eternal Fire haven't deposited a player towards mid. They've given up quite a bit in the process. Quite a lot resting on Izzy right now from Rafters.
Yeah. And it's a player that you can usually depend upon. And Izzy, who was the Euro last time, is now the Cypher this time. And look at this, Joblife up comes. It smokes to support the 2 anchors there. Akuma's waiting for his chance to get in. And Eternal Fire are floundering here. Their chance to get into the site is getting lower and lower. Not only that, getting the spike down is getting lower and lower. His time is getting short, and Eternal Fire are having to battle their way through.
Former duelist player now takes up almost half of his maps on the Sentinel. Still hitting the mark with the op. Brilliant work from Izzy. Got Akuma there eventually. And that's one less player to think about on the A site. In fact, there's only one left. It's the same as it was last round. But Eternal Fire are still slow on this uptake.
The other thing here is that Starzo has been left all alone, and he's using his ultimate to dissuade anyone from going further. Anima's just sent it through, and they've even caught Brave. So we're back to 4 apiece, and players within touching distance of their grave.
Another very slow attacking round from Eternal Fire. It's Starzo to save Joblife on the site once more. Stun opportunely timed. Cider doesn't want to peek it. Nobody does! But they'll drop eventually. 3v1. Jesse doesn't have time on his side, but did have position.
There's even more delay coming through from Joblife. Brave has no idea. No way does he get 2!
He was 1 HP! He was 1 HP with his knife out, and he's killed 2 players flanking. For now, Akuma is forced to dip on out, but just goes flying right back. Kushner has a magnetic pull, it feels like. Constantly able to get these gunfights. Another 3v5. This one Joblife have to attempt.
Yeah, they do. And not only that, they have to be quick, because if they're not, you're looking at that late flank of Izzy.
With an operator as well. He's just going to walk on up here and see, okay, what can I get? Starzo's walking out from tower. 2 players spawn. I think the aftershot, it does end up tagging Kushner. He'll get 1. Here's the op. First bullet. Knows about the second. Can't quite find it. And that's, quite a nice weapon to have. Fully made their mind up on where they want to execute right now. Delayed towards B. How much longer does that last? As soon as Brave hits the scene, Joblife hit the deck. That's how it goes. And while there isn't much time left to be considered here, Joblife don't have the bodies in the right place to stop this.
No, they do not. But there is an ultimate here that could
salvos
be
on
used.
Starzo.
Yeah, I think they're just going to have to commit to just putting the spike down, and they do. That's 2 players back through. Kushner's looked the wrong way, and now it's all up to Izzy. Does have a cam to play with, but he's not near the spike to try and stop this being worked on. It will be Joblife to answer back, but you could probably argue, Hazard, that that's probably...
Joblife not quick enough to react. That's the B site collapsed.
Yeah, and when you look at what's lost has its 2 initiators, this is going to be almost impossible for Joblife to get back in on.
Izzy prowling around, eviction notice in his hand. Op looking to post some bad news in the direction of Joblife, but they invest the paranoia to chase him down into mid. Taking a little bit more time here before the push ends up coming through, and the flanking op is the backstab if required, as the site has already managed to hold that first duel. Brave getting involved.
What they want to do, what their ideas are, Q does not look the right way. Wacky should be supported by more players, and certainly is. Hello Joblife, they've wakened up for another round.
They've woke up. Anima tap of the orb. Time is on his side. Minute to play with for Eternal Fire's golden kid. The 19-year-old who made the final last year. Still without his title, but this is the last round and a half and a chance to give it a damn good go. Stun onto 2 players. Solo duelist, the solo Yoru of Akima that gets involved first, and this fight is a winner. Brave onto one of his own, inside the smoke, back out he goes! Brave beats his chest! Eternal Fire's lion is roaring, a 1v1, which the nade ready. There's a stun to go in as well, and it's just straight off the chopping block. 2 more from Kushina. And as this fight is going on, the flash is coming in and Joblife battle back. That's what they needed so desperately, and it's Jesse the provider.
I'm just thinking there, like the flash was spot on, so was the paranoia, and as he's trying to escape, does so successfully against a low Jesse who can't quite capitalise, and now it's like 2-1 versus 1s. The spike down on site with Wacky nowhere near. Look who's hot in the tails. It's Brave as well. Wacky needs to clear his corners.
Reposition. Yeah, Wacky was on a long walk, and it dropped the shoulder and found the space. Uh-oh.
Yeah, and the worst part about it is it's a neuro theft, so they can change their retake the way they want it to, Hazard.
Kushina drops in, Op goes off, so does Jesse. 2 battles back, flash from Unfake won't land, but the bullets do. It's Brave in the 1 versus 3. Deep clear on Heaven. Starkso approaching. Free kill. Turn at the wrong time. No suppression. Trap state up. Kushina back under turn. It's a double. And while the salvos will send him from the round, he's already done his job. Eternal Fire have the heaven space. Have the hell space. That's where you're getting taken. The fiery breath from the dragon's mouth shall fall. Jesse is the final player. Sided with
they clear corner. That's the first protocol. Which they don't. Kushina gets the first. And well, the rest of the players are here to support, to try. A neural theft was the priority for Wacky, but unfortunately, the spike should be even higher because it's still on the ground. And what we're seeing here is the Armageddon to set Izzy up, which he does so successfully. Wacky at least gets the opposite number, allowing for the spike to be picked up. And now it's up to Brave, the last remaining player for Eternal Fire in this round.
He was hoping that there'd be enough time for it to be 1 out on that exactly, but there wasn't. Util only now available 1v2.
Oh, both players went. It's a showstopper to work with. Do not count Eternal Fire out just yet.
Oh, and also Jesse stun still wins the fight. Feels like this guy gets a buff every time his head starts spinning. But Eternal Fire going to give Joblife a wiggle here. A reality check. It's all about. They want to go down swinging if they can. But already Eternal Fire, the first to throw punches, and Cider is just battering them with those guided salvos.
And the worst part is, Unfake's still another one of those players without armor, right? They got players with armor.
Kyra, I'll be brutally honest, I think armor is the least of your worries at this point in time. It's a 3 versus 5. And Armageddon, going in almost immediate to the position of them, but it does absolutely nothing 13-8 Eternal Fire, flawless to finish it off.